So today we're going to be talking about Chennedy Carter, who has been let go from the Sky. And if you think this was the wrong decision, leave a like, because I still think the Sky should have kept her. And obviously, she is having a complete crash out on Twitter right now. It happened while I was asleep, and I want to basically look more into everything before I make a video about that. I'm not going to make a video reacting to that. I'm going to read up on all the stuff because I have to leave for like 2 hours, so I'll do it on my car journey, and when I come back, there will be a video on that. It'll be this video, then there's going to be a Katie Lou video, and then I'm going to talk more about the crash out. But Chennedy Carter is gone from the Sky. The Sky are not keeping Chennedy Carter, and the GM has basically said that, you know, the way they fired Taurasi Weatherspoon, and a lot of it was because we thought, oh, they were kind of, catering too much to Angel. Which, to be fair, like, that is what it sounded like. That is what it sounded like, honestly. And listening to Annie Constable. So Annie Constable made a thing saying she'll be an unrestricted free agent. And obviously in this article, I'll get a quote from it, from what I found on Twitter. You can see right here. According to multiple league sources, players were unhappy with the dynamic created in the locker room last year due to Carter's behavior, which went unchecked by former coach Taurasi Weatherspoon. There was concern within the team how re-signing Carter would impact the Sky's chance of landing other free agents. So as much as anything, it was about the fact that, if she's there, other players won't play. And it says here, the Sky GM are not giving Carter a qualifying offer. She had an incredible season for us last year. Pagliocca said in a statement provided to Sun Times, she's extremely talented and is a player that can impact the game at the highest level in our league. We absolutely appreciate all she did for our team last year. However, we made changes to our staff and we'll be making changes to our roster. Those changes impact Kennedy's fit on the team, so we want to give her the best opportunity as a free agent. Wow. It's over for Chennedy Carter. And I don't think it's over for Chennedy Carter. I think if you're the Aces, I think she's going to be an ace. Why do I think she's going to be an ace? Because, I think she's going to be an ace because the Aces need one more player. Especially if Kelsey Plum leaves. Even if Kelsey Plum is there is absolutely no way that the Aces are going to win a championship next year. But they have won. They have absolutely won one player away, and Chennedy Carter could be that player. I think the Aces would rather it crash and burn than not go for it. I think they would rather have Chennedy Carter and it be an absolute shit show and go for a championship than not go for a championship. So I think she'll be a member of the Aces. And I think Becky Hammond's probably might be able to deal with her. So obviously, it appeared, according to Annie, that when it came to Chennedy Carter, she was the reason why Taurasi Weatherspoon got fired. Not Angel Reese, which people thought. That everyone thought it was her catering to Angel Reese in the offense. Turns out it was her catering to Chennedy Carter. Which, again, it does kind of check out because not one of these players, I don't think, has a problem with Angel Reese herself. And then suddenly with Chennedy Carter gone, she was the Sky's best player. The Mystics surprised so many, I suppose nothing has trended that way. But, it's mad because you're seeing Dana Evans probably staying. So maybe with the Dana Evans situation, it was Dana Evans versus Chennedy Carter. Maybe Izzy Harrison comes back. Maybe Izzy Harrison and Angel Reese get on. Because to be fair, first of all, no one has ever said a bad word about Angel Reese as a person. But it is one of those things where it probably was frustrating watching her shoot 40% on layups. But maybe Chennedy Carter was just trying to have to deal with her. And, it is hard for an organization to deal with Chennedy Carter. It really is. She's not an easy person to deal with. She's not an easy player to deal with. And, maybe it's just teammates don't want to play with her. And I'd say on a team where it's just too hard, where it's you're not going to win. If you're the Sky, you want to make the playoffs because you don't have control your own pick, but you're maybe 2 to 3 We're 2 to 3 years away from being a contending team if you keep Angel and Camilla. You're a couple of drafts away and you've got a lot of draft picks. So that's the big thing that you're really looking to do. But at the same time, like Chennedy Carter helps you this season. Maybe they're thinking, look, long term, we just want to get offers so we can maybe attract some free agents and no free agent will come. There's it's the double whammy of you. We've got the Sky, we are the Sky, we don't have our own training facility, and we've got Chennedy Carter on our team. So maybe it's the double whammy of that. But yeah, it is a very interesting one because the team has just got rid of their best player while she's had her best season overseas and is winning sportsmanship awards. I still think in hindsight, probably not a great idea, but the fact that Chennedy Carter she's Chennedy Cartering her way out of the league. And I do think that Caitlin Clark situation wasn't good for the Chicago Sky because that's when their season got derailed, by the way. Like, if you guys think the Chicago Sky were bad before that game, they weren't. The Chicago Sky were nearly 500. Like, when that game happened on June the 1st, the Chicago Sky were looking like maybe the sixth best team in the W. And they had beaten the New York Liberty. They had ran the Connecticut Sun unbelievably close. They'd beaten a couple of decent enough teams. They'd beaten the Wings, who were okay at the time. So the Sky were really, really like rolling at that stage. And that kind of derailed their season. And to be fair, it could have almost been like a Jordan Poole situation when he punched, or Jordan Poole Draymond, when Draymond punched him and got no suspension, got no punishment. Maybe they're saying, look, because we saw internally, obviously, Chennedy Carter and Teresa Weatherspoon the next day at practice just laughing and joking together. And it's like, maybe Teresa Weatherspoon didn't care at all, didn't even say anything to Chennedy Carter after she cheap shot another player. Which obviously, like, in a 1 point game, it cost them the point. They freaking lost because of it. So, yeah, it is a different one. And maybe the other players were being held accountable by Teresa Weatherspoon. Maybe Teresa Weatherspoon was coaching the other players hard and then not coaching Chennedy Carter at all. So it is always an interesting one to see what happened, what exactly happened, why it went the way it did. But it does look like Chennedy Carter will not be a member of the Sky. Obviously, she's not going to be a member of the Sky. And my prediction is she will go to the Las Vegas Aces. I think she'll go to the Aces. She'll go to Storm. She will go to a team that is not a championship contender, but is very, very close. Very close to being a championship contender. Like the Aces and the Storm, I think, are one piece off being a championship contender. I think the Fever are as well if they get a big free agent, but they don't want Chennedy Carter to mess up some stuff. But yeah, I do think... Look, I think she's going to be either an All-Star or Sixth Woman of the Year next year. That's my prediction. Wherever she lands, if she's on a top team, she'll be Sixth Woman of the Year. If she's on a weaker team, she's going to be an All-Star. That's my prediction. Anyway, I'll see you guys.